I had a helicopter, I would fly the shit out of it everywhere. You're listening to Bug and Moss in the morning.
Whoa! From the skittering studios underneath your favorite rock, it's 7 o'clock on the Bug and Moss morning telephone show. If I had a helicopter, I'd fly the shit out of it too, Jordan.
Hell yeah. Good morning. I'm Bug.
I'm Moss. What's up? It is Wednesday, August 5th, 2026.
And Daddy, as per usual, is getting triggered like the snowflake he is and is offended by Murgle Burgle, which, as we all know, is a normal greeting.
Yeah, Murgle Bargle, the contemporary, modern, formal morning greeting, apparently seems to have ticked Daddy off. He's already in chat.
Also, sorry, I'm eating pizza.
Bug's eating pizza again. Into the
I'm not
microphone.
eating pizza again.
Well, no, but you're loudly chewing into the microphone for our listeners.
I'm trying not to.
No, I know you're being fine. I'm just joking. Good morning to Coyote Astronaut. Good morning to Daddy. Coyote Astronaut is eating oatmeal this morning.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Love some oatmeal. That's not true. I don't know why I said that. I mean, I do love some oatmeal, but I don't love oatmeal on principle.
The thing that I love about oatmeal is kind of complicated because it sort of speaks to its mundanity to me, which is that I can always eat oatmeal. And I love that because it's hard to eat sometimes.
Yeah, and oatmeal is one of those things that's like pretty inoffensive to eat even when you're like not wanting to have food in you.
Yeah.
I feel it. Yeah, I feel that. On the show today, I got some more acronym yoga for us to participate in. Other than that, I don't have too much besides some voicemails that we can get to from the voicemail box.
I have an email.
Okay.
Yep.
You just have an email?
I have an email.
We have a film buffering in the email that we were, have you had a chance to check that over?
Oh, no. Should I look it over for?
Yeah, that's what the email says, that Bug should look it over.
Oh, I will. We'll do that today.
To make sure that it is guessable, I guess.
I'm sure it's fine.
Colin Parker has joined us and said, like the bath you take for chicken pox, and I have fucking no clue what
Oatmeal
Colin
bath.
is responding to. What?
Oatmeal bath to help with itching.
That's not a thing. Oatmeal bath to help with itching?
I don't know if it works or not, but it's definitely a thing.
I don't think I've never heard of anyone do it. I've heard of people doing things like bathing your dog in tomato juice if they get sprayed by a skunk.
Doesn't work.
And then I've heard of other weird baths, but oatmeal for chicken pox? What?
Oatmeal bath for chicken pox, Healthline. Add a specifically colloidal oatmeal.
Colloidal.
Like colloidal silver.
Yeah. It means it's a colloid.
What does that mean?
It has to do with the way that stuff is suspended in the liquid.
Ah.
I can tell you the exact thing. But it seems like are you about to say something or not, Bug? I don't know what you're...
I'm looking at it.
Okay.
It says colloidal, but you just use regular oats, I think. So I think it just means you're suspending them.
Oh, okay. A colloid's a mixture in which one substance consisting of microscopically dispersed insoluble particles is suspended throughout another substance. So I thought you looked like you were about to say something for like 10 solid seconds, and so I was so confused.
I'm just really intrigued. Colloidal oatmeal, what is it and what are its benefits? Oatmeal is good for your insides, but did you know that it's also excellent for your skin? Cowards for not saying outsides.
Yeah, what do you mean? Why? They set up like a linguistic thing, and then they did
nothing with it. I mean, I'm on Cleveland Clinic. Come on, Cleveland Clinic.
Come on, Cleveland.
Yeah, colloidal means tiny particles suspended in liquid, and oatmeal in colloidal form is a popular ingredient in skincare products. Excuse me, that's true.
Do you just blend up oatmeal and then put it in some kind of suspension and then just bathe in that? I just don't understand what that's supposed to do for chicken pox.
Help you stop itching.
I think that would make me itch more.
Yeah, I'm struggling to understand what the benefits are. I've heard of it before, but I don't know if it's real.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I've never heard of this. I cannot imagine what I would like, how oatmeal would help you not itch. I feel like if you grind up a bunch of oatmeal and you like suspend it in milk and you slide down into that and you got chicken pox all over you, I feel like you've just put yourself in literal sensory hell.
Yeah, I'm seeing that everyone is talking about it as though it is real, but I am not seeing how it works or why.
Okay.
Apparently, Oatmeal has anti-inflammatory properties. What those properties are, a mystery to us. A modern medical marvel.
The thing they don't tell you is that oatmeal is actually made out of ibuprofen.
Oh, there you go. So WebMD says colloidal oatmeal binds to your skin and forms a protective barrier. It helps hold in moisture and ease inflammation. Again, source needed. Where is the information telling me what is in it that does that?
Yeah, that is baffling to me. Colin says, I was so scared I killed the pace and trajectory of today's episode, but once Bug started reading this article, we got back there. That's very funny, Colin.
Yeah, we're very deeply invested in this oatmeal situation.
Yeah, I don't know if there is any pace or trajectory today either. I feel awful. I feel sick. I think I've been getting sick.
You might be sick. I feel awful, but I think it's just because we stayed up kind of late and I worked all day, and then I'm also going to work today, and I am tired.
Yeah, Bug's got to go to work again today. We didn't stay up that late last night. We stayed up a little bit. We recorded some lines with Michael for Jack
which was
Billings,
great.
which is going to be very fun. Our friend Michael Colby. So make sure you keep an eye on the Jack Billings pod feed. There's going to be some very fun new episodes coming out soon. Also, checked the email, and there was an email bug that we got from Vibrant Coffee Roasters that said, here's a gift card for Vibrant Coffee. And I was like, now what is this scam? And then I was like, it's too specific. Would Vibrant scam me? No way. They would never do that. And then I opened it and I scrolled down and fucking Matt Bliss has sent us a gift card for Vibrant Coffee. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you so much,
That's so fucking
Matt.
cool, dude.
That's literally so cool. I don't know if we've talked about it on the show, but we've been drinking coffee we don't like. And maybe you just sense that.
No, I mentioned it, I think, in the Discord offhand. And then suddenly wake up today and Matt has sent us a gift card for a bunch of Vibrant Coffee. So thank you, Matt.
That is literally so nice.
Yeah, that's so freaking cool, dude.
We are so excited to order coffee.
Yeah, for real, for real. I'm not even drinking my coffee this morning.
Yeah, but it's because we don't have any cream.
We don't have any cream, and it's bad coffee. And so it's acidy and gnarly. But that fucking rules. Thank you, Matt. You are my personal hero. Matt says, money can't buy happiness, but it can buy caffeine. Enjoy, team.
That's right.
Thanks, homie. Coyote Astronaut said, colloidal oatmeal, also poison ivy.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I am very, very allergic to poison ivy.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm immune to poison ivy, so I've also never heard that.
Fuck him for that.
Bug Fan Club says they're just describing soup. Oatmeal in colloidal form is just oatmeal when you put it in water or milk, so oatmeal.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I feel like I'm being gaslit somehow. I'm like, I am not saying it doesn't work. What I am saying is why. Please tell me.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it should work. And if you can't say why clearly, then I'm very skeptical because there's a whole lot of pseudoscience stuff.
I mean, the stakes are very low. Oatmeal is cheap and it's not going to hurt you. However, how are you going to get it out of the bath without making it clog up your drain?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Can you imagine? That would absolutely wreck your shit. That would make your P bend into an O bend because it would no longer be for P. It would be for oatmeal.
Okay.
I don't have any energy today, Bug.
Okay.
I almost suggested we take the day off. So I'm gonna need some joke support. Can you laugh really hard at that for me? Oh God, that sucked. I hate it.
What the fuck do you want? You know what?
No, that's what I asked. You're right.
You know what? This sucks. That was rude.
I'm so sorry. No, you're right. I asked, and the thing is, I thought it would help, and I asked for the wrong thing.
I am feeling really attacked today.
I'm sorry, Bug.
I'm just trying to eat pizza without triggering, said all the libs, all of our viewers.
Take that, liberals. Thanks, Obama, for my pizza and ranch.
Yeah.
Sorry that you feel attacked today, Bug.
It's okay. Hey, we're trying our best. We're doing our best. It's going to be okay. It's hot as fuck in here. I'm going to open the door even though the cats are definitely going to attack each other.
Okay, yeah. It is really hot in here. The humidity is crazy. Matt Bliss says, I was legit worried Moss would never read it because it was a random pop-up email and could be spam. Bug Fan Club said, I thought you were going to say Matt Bliss was pranking you with a fake gift card. LOL. I'm sorry. I thought that way.
That'd be so involved.
If there's a slider that Alex Taylor is on, Matt Bliss is on that slider as well, of prankness somewhere. Although
the prankness scale.
I don't think anybody would do that prank. That would be a mean prank. Matt Bliss said, treat yourself to the page and discuss a magic. Why don't we do that? Why don't we discuss a magic? Did you see this, Bug?
Just that's magic in quotation marks. I don't understand.
A magic coffee.
Oh.
It was talked about in the Discord. I'm asking if you
No, I didn't. I have not seen any of this.
Okay. And also, there we go. I was trying to figure out why your audio is so much quieter today, and I was turning up the wrong gain. So one microphone in the studio somewhere is going to be way too fucking loud now because I've just been slowly banging it up every few seconds.
That's fine.
You didn't see the discourse about a magic coffee.
No, I don't know who that is.
It's a coffee that Matt Bliss was talking about, a special coffee type from Melbourne, Australia. Or Melbourne. I think it's Melbourne.
I can tell you I love the Australians for their work with the flat white. I fuck hard with the flat white.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're so good.
I don't know what a flat white is.
A flat white is legally distinct from a latte or a cappuccino. A cappuccino has the big bubbles of foam, just the top foam. A latte has milk with like a little bit of foam on top. A flat white is all microfoam, which to me is the ideal foam. It's like none of the milk is just hot milk. It is all perfectly steamed foam, and it is delicious. And when you're steaming milk, the experience of doing it, there's a lot of different methods you can use to produce these different results. And for some of them, like a cappuccino, you just like have to pour some of the milk off and only use the foam. But in the case of a flat white, you can create just like perfect microfoam. And it's crazy because you'll pick up the cup and it'll be like lighter than you think it should be. And it's so creamy.
I have had that experience where I've gotten a coffee or latte type thing and picked it up and been like, wow, this is really light.
Yeah. So I fuck hard with a flat white.
Well, a magic is a coffee drink that when I first read it, I thought it had cheese in it, but it doesn't. Do you know what a ristretto is? Because it's different from...
A ristretto shot? Yeah.
Well, see, I read risotto when I saw it, so...
A ristretto is a way to pull a shot of espresso. It's like longer or shorter. I can't remember. The idea is to produce a sweeter shot.
Ristretto, known in full in Italian as cafe ristretto, is a short shot of a highly concentrated espresso, 20 milliliters from a double basket.
Okay, so not sweeter, just more concentrated.
Extracted using half as much water as a normal shot. So, okay. So a magic, this is a Melbourne coffee drink. It is made with steamed milk and a double ristretto, which if a ristretto is half the size, I guess that equals like one shot of espresso that is 4 times as strong.
Yeah, I think that would be the idea.
That is associated with this coffee is associated with the Australian city of Melbourne. It's served in a 100 to 150 milliliter cup, around 3/4 the size of a flat white or latte. The food journalist Matt Holden in 2014 described the magic as a little less milky, a little more coffee-ish than a latte. And according to Holden, the magic is what New Zealanders know as a particular preparation of the flat white.
Yeah.
It was an off-menu item in Melbourne cafes by the early 2020s, but awareness in the city ranged from people being totally unaware of it to regarding it as long established and no longer novel. In other Australian cities, few people were aware of it. Apparently, this is just a specific kind of modification of the flat white that is very idiosyncratic and attached to Melbourne.
That sounds great. I really like a coffee where the coffee is less diluted, but it has some kind of cafe specialty preparation. As I said, I love a flat white, so I think that I would like this a lot. I have to close the window now. I don't know if you can see how gloriously the sun is shining on my face, but it is also shining very gloriously in my eyes.
Yeah, I can see there's like a yellow patch where the sun is coming right onto your face. The thing about the magic is that it's got a unique texture, Bug. An elaborate description of the Newton SC account was recorded in The Age. Sometimes Wikipedia has like lead-in sentences I don't fucking understand. They're like, let's reference a bunch of shit that, well, they probably referenced it earlier. Blah, blah, blah. In the telling from this book, the magic was created when this guy asked the cafe owner to modify his regular order, a double ristretto that he combined with a flat white. By reducing the amount of flat white, the resulting drink contained a layer of foam the entire way through without liquid separated at the bottom. So that's the thing about the magic, is that it's pretty much all foamy.
That's also kind of the thing about a flat white.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess there could be some... It's all very closely related. And I don't say that to minimize the differences. I think the differences make a big difference. But kind of like if you're getting a complicated cocktail at a bar, it really requires that your barista be able to successfully prepare these things. You can't just order them anywhere because the people who you're ordering from, why are you like this? Stop it.
Oh, why is he like this?
The people that you're ordering from have to be able to like mechanically create the drink that you're ordering. You know, and even if you tell them how, if they haven't like learned how to steam milk like that or understand the different parts. I mean, and a lot of people don't because a lot of dummies open coffee shops and then they can't train their staff because they're idiots. So the staff, not the staff, the owners.
I zoned out for like 2 seconds while I was kicking out the cats, and I came back to calling someone dummies. I don't know who it is, but yeah, dummies.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone thinks opening a coffee shop will be easy. Hey, Dumbo, that's stupid. They also think that opening a restaurant will be easy, and they've never worked in a restaurant, and they're like, fun, cool, easy thing for me to do, make money all the time. You won't make any money for at least the first 5 years. Grow up.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with rich people thinking they can just buy and start restaurants.
It's crazy.
O'Donnell in chat says, flat white is how I describe Michael Cera's acting. Bayo, bada bing.
Hey, that's really funny, but also don't talk about my king like that.
No, it's super accurate, though. Michael Cera is just Michael Cera in anything he's in.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's a magic, and I think the real magic is that Matt got us more vibrant coffee, which we desperately need, and that is so very kind. And
I'm so
very
excited.
Cool. I'm very excited as well. Why don't we go ahead and turn our ears to the voicemails real quick, and then we'll do some acronym yoga.
Hell yeah.
Let's check this out. Colin Parker, Community M partner, and Colin M as in M for my friend, left us these voicemails. This is Colin.
Good morning, Bug and Moss. Good morning, chat room. It is Colin and Parker again, calling in with another question, because again, I've been away, so I've got a lot of burning questions in my pocket, and ouchie, someone get me an ice pack.
Colin's burning up.
So, hey, listen, got a question for you. What is a, food place, like a restaurant or a fast food joint or whatever the case may be, that you think that if you for one full week, that you could do a challenge every single day, you had to double your calorie intake. So, you could start small by 1 or 10 or something like that on day one, something very tiny.
Oh.
Because then by the end of the week, you have to eat 1,000 calories, or sorry, 1,000 is nothing. You would probably end up at some sort of number that's, batshit insane.
Yeah, it's like the grain of rice puzzle.
5,000 calories in a day, which to me, I feel like could be chump change. But, I feel like I should have known the numbers going into this, and I'm being a little bit foolish by not. But I want to know what your thoughts are. Or if you're like, hey, figuring out the calories part is too crazy to me. Okay, same question, but what if it's every day you can double your budget? So day one, you can spend $1. Day two, you can spend $2. Day three, you can spend $4, all the way up until you get to the point where you're spending $64 on food. Where do you think you could successfully finish that challenge?
Okay. So the second one's easy.
Oh, God, I've got another minute before the
second one is easier.
Out.
You don't have to talk the whole 3 minutes, Colin.
I'm doing pretty good.
You can stop whenever.
It's been a long week.
It's not about running out the timer.
Anyway, what's going on with America's Next Top Model? I can take my recap off the air if need be. Okay, I'm gonna leave before the timer runs out. Okay, goodbye.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you for your voicemail. America's Next Top Model, what's going on with it is I think we're watching it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think we're returning to America's Next Top Model tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Thank God.
I miss watching that show. We've taken a 2-week break at this point.
Colin, I don't think you've missed anything.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think we've held it off the 2 weeks that you've been gone. So to your original question, what is a restaurant where you could go for an entire week and each day you double the amount of calories you intake?
So the first part of that, where you just double your calories, I wouldn't do that. That sounds heinous. I love eating too much. And I have somehow, despite being born AFAB, been able to just not have a crazy, terrible relationship with food. I'm not starting now. So that one I wouldn't do.
It's a challenge. What do you mean? You just have to find a place where they sell something that has very little calories so that you know you have that as a building block, and then you can build up from there. Because the goal is just for a week to double each day.
But that would, I hear you say, I'm saying it would be bad for my body and my brain.
All of this would be bad for your body and brain.
I think the money one is fine.
Why is the money one fine?
Because it's just, what do you mean? It's just spending more money on food.
So is the other one, basically.
But the other one is you eat it.
Well, you have to eat both of them.
Yeah, but if I buy food that's more expensive, there's not more of it.
That's true, I guess.
Like, I can easily get a meal that is $64.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I mean. That challenge is boring. I think what you got to do is you got to do the calorie one.
Okay.
Because that's a challenge. Because I think anywhere, especially in this economy. It'd be so easy to spend. You could spend like $400.
Oh, yeah.
at
Colin, the
McDonald's.
money amount would have to be upped. So just to start, the money amount would have to get way higher. I can spend $500 on a single meal. Like, there are restaurants I desperately want to try.
Ronnie Medina 911 has got that's probably not. That's
Probably 911.
Yeah, whatever. I'm going to stick it with what I said. Ronnie Medina 911 says start with a 4-piece McNuggets, then 8, then 16.
Now, this is a good idea.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. And that would be my strategy for the calorie counting one. Okay, Ronnie Medina 911 has said it's 911. Okay, hell yeah.
Now, I see Colin saying, can you do the $1 a day one? That's an interesting question. Yeah, I think so. I think I could figure this out because I know. Now the question is, am I allowed to buy like ingredients and prepare them at home, or do I have to go to a restaurant?
I think the whole challenge, Bug, is to go to a restaurant or a fast food joint or whatever the case may be. You think if you went one full week, you could do a challenge where every single day you had to double your calorie intake.
Daddy says, never forget what happened at that damned Sonic drive-thru back when I was young. It still haunts me sometimes.
I think that was in response. Ronnie Medina said, it's 9/11, never forget.
Oh, okay.
And Daddy seems to not be entirely certain about what that is.
And I love that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Coyote Astronaut, we got your snails. I'm making a video about us unboxing the amazing package that you sent us. But I will have you know, Coyote, that your snails are on top of Daddy right now.
Yeah.
Colin says I'm going to make a video about this, and then I'll send it to you. And if you think you could contemplate a world in which you do the same.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there's interesting challenges to all of this. I see where Matt Bliss also said the fun thing about the calories is how you find ways to eat less with more calories as it doubles. Yes, because you can always just go to Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The fun challenge to me is that calories are abstracted away from like everything else that we're familiar with about food. And so that makes the challenge interesting.
Yeah, also, in case anybody didn't know this, calories are a very weird way to measure food. It's a weird thing that we do. It's not very efficient. The way that it was created has been sort of like widely panned.
A calorie is a calorie is a unit of energy that you get when you burn food.
Yes, and so it's been widely panned as a way to measure how we might like lose weight. For example,
are you thinking like diet? Yeah, this has nothing to do with dieting. This has nothing to do with dieting culture. This has nothing to do with counting calories. This is just like food has calories because food, when you burn it, burns to certain amounts of energy. So the challenge here is purely scientific.
Yeah, I'm only saying that in regards to like calorie counting in general. I'm not saying that in regards to the challenge. Like if you have never looked into how calories were figured out, you definitely should. It's wild.
In what way?
It's wild in that I'm talking specifically about our nutritional value that we would derive from them, like the way that you would use them to judge what you are eating is like, it's not a good measure of that. Because because like you're saying, and like we're saying about this challenge, there are so many like higher calorie things that you can eat that are like, they have different nutrients. They're better or worse for you in different ways.
Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I'm strictly thinking of calories in the scientific sense of it is literally a unit of heat. It's the caloric theory of heat.
Yeah.
Not talking about diet culture. There's nothing to do with diet culture. Except for the fact that the way you probably would want to start strategically would be beginning with the lowest calorie food they offer, which would probably be marketed as some kind of thing for dieting. But all of that shit, just completely throw that away. The plain hamburger at McDonald's is 250 calories, making it one of the lowest calorie items on the menu, which is interesting to me. Because the challenge here would also be you can't buy one nugget. But you can buy a 4-piece nugget. Do you have to eat all of it, or could you have portions of it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, Colin, I want to see. Ronnie Medina 911 says you could do a deep dive on the food pyramid. Saturated fat. It's all propaganda.
Yeah, it really is,
Yeah,
dude.
the food pyramid is a nightmare. You're supposed to eat that much bread?
Yeah, it's also
No way.
the new food pyramid is also a nightmare.
Yeah, the MAGA food pyramid is probably just like steak and fermented vegetables, right?
and I want to be like, and it's specifically heinous, but I can't because the old one was also pretty bad.
They're all heinous. Coyote Astronaut says, eat a loaf of bread, basically.
And you know what? I can stand by that.
I think, though, that the OG food pyramid does feel closer to my personal comfort, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because I do love bread.
It is yours. I cannot eat that much bread,
Yeah.
but that's a big part of it too, is that we all have different nutritional needs.
60 watts light bulb says, I only use calories to stop me from eating an entire bag of candy.
That's so real.
Ronnie Medina 911 says, 11 servings of bread each day is metal. It absolutely is. 60 watts light bulb says, the bottom of the pyramid should be fresh fruits and vegetables. Yeah, absolutely. Completely. I used to eat so many fresh vegetables. I had a garden. And that was nice. What are you looking at, Bug?
The calories for items at Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory. What are you discovering? Any interesting standouts?
I mean, yeah, everything at Cheese. So Mason doesn't know. He's never been to Cheesecake Factory.
No,
He
I
has
haven't.
no idea why this is relevant.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy. Here's one. How many calories do you think are in? We'll do like a little quiz, like a little game.
Okay.
Let me find something good. Let me find something exciting. I just saw one. Here we go.
I'm kind of amazed at the fact that you are scrolling through a menu for a single restaurant, and it seems like it has many pages of tiny text.
Yeah.
How much do they fucking sell?
This is you. He's not doing a bit. Don't look at my menu.
Okay.
He's not doing a bit. He literally doesn't know that this is their whole thing.
Do you know that? Wait, is there a thing that I'm really missing here, chat? Is there something here to Cheesecake Factory?
I'm sorry. I haven't taken him.
What?
It's
Okay.
expensive.
All right, Bug, dish. What's the scoop here?
The scoop is that they have a comically large menu. It is spiral bound. There are tabs organizing the different items, and a lot of them have a very high calorie count.
That's wild. I have always used it as like a barometer of if a restaurant's going to be good or bad. Is like if they have too much on their menu, I usually assume they're bad because it probably means they just have racks of frozen things because you can only prepare so much food.
That's
you know?
specifically not the Cheesecake Factory because for whatever you may feel about it, the Cheesecake Factory is, in fact, a scratch kitchen. They
That's
make everything
crazy.
in-house.
That's wild.
I think a big part of it is that they don't make their cheesecakes, which is fine. The cheesecakes are delicious.
They're called the Cheesecake Factory.
I know, I understand, but once you go, that makes complete sense. Because a cheesecake makes a lot more sense to get from a different thing. A cheesecake, you could be a business and all you could make is cheesecakes, and that would be so much work. They have like hundreds of different flavors of cheesecake.
Okay.
So, how many calories do you think is the bruleed French toast with bacon?
Welcome to the Cheesecake Factory. We make everything from scratch except the cheesecakes. What? This
I know,
country is a
he
joke.
doesn't know. I'm sorry, he's never been.
How much calories in that?
The bruleed French toast with bacon.
How many calories in that? Brulee French toast with bacon. So we got bread that's soaked in eggs and then presumably maple syrup on top of that and then bacon. I'm going to go ahead and say that alone is probably like 1,500, 1,700 calories. Matt Bliss says 1,250. Ronnie Medina says 1,600. Coyote Astronaut says 10K. Colin says 1,850. What's the answer, Bug?
All close, no cigar, 2,330 calories.
Whoa, that's a whole day. That's awesome. Wait, I could eat at Cheesecake Factory once a day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And just be like set, dude. I have all my shit, all my calories. Nom nom.
Nom nom.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it is fucking nuts. Nuck and futz, as they say. How many calories do you think are in the Chinese chicken salad?
Chinese chicken salad. I don't know what that entails, if I'm totally honest. But let's go ahead and say 800. If it's a chicken salad, like we're talking just some chicken, some lettuce, some chopped up veg. Let's say 800.
1,630.
Fuck. Okay.
And this is, I'm not really trying to uniquely pan the Cheesecake Factory. They have really rich food that is like notoriously has, I think, a very funny high calorie count. Again, that doesn't really have to matter. You know, go to the Cheesecake Factory, eat your good food. I know I'll be there eating the buffalo chicken blast. They're so fucking good.
Buffalo chicken blast.
They're so fucking good, dude.
That's so funny. Matt Bliss says the rule seems to be your guess plus 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
Colin says, Mason, if money was no object, do you think you could eat at Cheesecake Factory once a day until you've eaten everything on the menu? Yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely I could. And the thing is, I would eat there and I would probably not eat a different thing each day. I'd probably find something I liked and stick with it for a few months. Because if money was no object, and I could just go out and eat there. Hell yeah, dude. It'd be so good.
I will say, I think that this is a challenge we would both do that would make us both sick and we would regret it. But at this time, I have crazy confidence that we'd be great. I think it would be fine. Like, I think we can do it.
Checking up a little earlier in chat, Matt Bliss says, turn the food pyramid sideways. I think it adds some diet confusion that makes it fun. Ronnie Medina 911 said, maybe go to a dispensary. One edible on day one, double it each day for a week.
Mason could do this one.
Yeah, probably. But then at the end, I'd be like that girl on TikTok who eats like a stack of gummies and then goes to like a shop.
Yeah,
Have you
also
seen
like,
her?
I don't know about her.
I think she fakes it.
I think she fakes it. Also, she's wearing meta glasses now.
Is she really?
I think so,
That's
yeah.
a bummer. Matt Bliss says, or no, not Matt Bliss. Coyote Astronaut and Ronnie Medina are making a pact to go to a dispensary and do this challenge. Please report back. Be safe, both of y'all. Cheesecake Factory is psycho. The miso salmon is 1,400 calories, says Ronnie
Like
Medina.
how?
That's fucking bonkers.
I mean, I will just say, sometimes when you make a stuff taste really good, it can happen like that.
Yeah. One final check-in with chat, and then we're going to dump over to our quick check on our community sponsors as we've swung to the bottom of the hour. Coyote Astronaut says, Buffalo Chicken Blast. The flavor Mountain Dew is too cowardly to give us.
Fucking cowards.
Absolutely.
Give it to me.
Flavor blast me with that chicken, Mountain Daddy.
I'd give a stranger on the street $50 if when I walked out to go to my car to go to work, they would said, hey, you want an ice cold Mountain Dew and these Buffalo Chicken Blasts from Cheesecake Factory? And I'd say, do you got the blue cheese? And they'd say, yeah, I got the blue cheese.
Dude, that could be what we do with our life bug. We could be those people.
Yeah.
We could get, the people like they walk around at sports stadiums, they get the tray that like hangs from their neck. We could do that for people. We could just have Mountain Dew Baja Blast and little treats and give them out.
I think about having that tray all the time. I really want one. I think of it as a cigarette girl tray. And I just think it would be so cool to have one and be able to just have selling stuff out of it.
I agree.
Like whatever stuff.
It would be very fun.
I would sell our zines when we have them.
I'd learn how to roller skate just to fucking do that.
You don't know how to roller skate?
No, I'm not good at it.
That's not the same as not knowing how.
I have roller skated with like the 4 wheels.
Yeah, I do 4.
I've never done the inline skates successfully.
I'm a 4 on the floor girly bop.
Yeah. Yeah. I would learn how to rollerblade then.
Okay.
Whatever. I want to be like a little car hop. Anyway, this show is made possible by our supporters on Patreon. Patreon.com/bug-and-moss. If you want to join the freaks and critters over there and help support us and keep our lights on, we've almost got our electric bill covered from the Patreon, which is very cool. You can do that. Patreon.com/bug-and-moss. And a special shout out to our community partners. Today, of all days, feels most fitting to shout out Colin M. Parker. Dear friend and wonderful, talented creator, Colin is a variety streamer on Twitch. Streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, typically doing No Bones Crew, 5 p.m. on Mondays, which is Friend Slop. I'm usually part of that. Colin's been doing a Final Fantasy Reset series on Wednesdays at 6 p.m., but I think we're doing Big Walk today in the evening, which is going to be a lot of fun.
No way.
At 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Colin does music shows on Friday at 8 p.m., including that all-new punk where he listens to new punk tunes for the first time and tier lists them. And WBRP, where Twitch subscribers get to submit 1 song per month for chat to listen to and discuss, all at twitch.tv/Colin M. Parker. And also make sure you go find Colin on YouTube at Colin M. Parker, where he's got a bunch of variety content, including our silly series, Answering Questions Without Listening. YouTube.com/Colin M. Parker _.
I have an idea, Colin. It's unsolicited advice for you to do a show that you're not already doing because you don't do enough. I would like to give you more to do.
Yeah.
I think you should do a whenever it works out interview style show called That Old Punk. And you should interview people who like have been in the punk scene or engaged with punk. And I think that would be a really cool companion.
Or you could do a podcast where you just interview all sorts of musicians, and the podcast can be called "I'm Sorry, I Had a Punk Band," and it can all be all.
And that would also
the
be
arc
really
of the
good.
show can be you repenting about being in a ska band. You can do a show that can be sort of an apology tour for the fact that you were in a ska band.
And Colin says my chat would call me an old punk. Yeah, you're not though, and you know that.
Yeah.
And I think interviewing people who are like 75 would really I think that'd be so fucking cool. I mean, there's a lot of different eras of punk. Also, can we briefly fucking talk about Tramp Stamp, please?
Tramp Stamp?
You know about Tramp Stamp?
No.
Tramp Stamp is like this infamously obvious industry plant band.
What?
They are a girl group who is claiming to be punk, and it is really hard to not believe that it is on purpose. They tried to gain a bunch of traction on Tumblr, and they couldn't. They were immediately outed as obviously didn't know how Tumblr worked and were obviously just industry plants trying to promote their own shit. And it was but it's also so funny because as people are roasting them and making fun of them and getting them, they're like, do you support acronym? And it's the acronym that pedophiles have recently adopted to describe themselves. And because Tramp Stamp has no idea that that's what that is, they're like, yeah, we support everyone. Love is love.
Oh boy. Oh, rough.
It's fucking funny as hell.
That's crazy. Oops. I've not heard of this. Lightbulb says I watched a whole video on this.
I did too. I watched Strange Eons has a good video on it.
Oh, Strange Eons. Yes. Great YouTube channel. Great YouTuber.
But Tramp Stamps is also just they're so an obvious industry plant once you really pay attention to any of it. But the whole point is they try to get you to not pay attention to it because they're an industry plant.
Yeah, industry plants are an interesting phenomenon. As Ronnie Medina pointed out, Sex Pistols were industry plants. And Colin pointed out the Strokes were an industry plant.
Yeah, I mean, and then there's also a lot of different groups that have been formed by various producers, a lot of... you know what I'm trying to fucking say.
Yeah. Well,
One Direction is the one we think of a lot, but there's less obvious ones.
Well, I think something that is not immediately something we think of is that we have an interesting cultural mythology around bands and musicians here that I think we just have quietly accepted. It's a narrative where a band is a real band when you start with your friends, you play in your garage, you get discovered at some live show, and then you get picked up by the industry and you start doing concerts. That's kind of how we mythologize in this country the music industry and how you get into it and what it means to be a musician. But that's not the only way the music industry operates, and I think a big example of this is K-pop. If you look at the way they do K-pop, that is more of you have a company that hires talent, and then they've used that talent okay, you're singers, you're doing these dances, you're doing these shows. It's much more it's run as a completely different kind of business and kind of industry. And it's very similar, as Ronnie pointed out, Backstreet Boys to boy bands and stuff. We do have that here. Colin says, I don't know if boy bands and girl bands like that are technically the same thing, but then again, they are manufactured. It is. It's a different business model. And it's interesting because I feel like, at least for me, and it seems like a lot of people that I know and in my peer group, think of that kind of thing as not real musicians, or that's not really being an artist. But it's just it's a different paradigm. I do personally like more when music just comes from people. I'm not really a fan of industry in large ways.
Yeah. But however, there is something to be said about it because I agree. I think this story is just particularly funny to me because of how obtuse these characters, if they were the ones managing their own social media, seem to be, and the whole thing was very funny. But there is also something to sometimes people who are very good producers put really good musicians together and super cool things come out of that. Sometimes those things are super groups that people love. The Postal Service is a lot of musicians coming together, right? But you could also easily imagine that.
The Postal Service a supergroup?
Yeah, they only have one album.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so you can imagine someone seeing a bunch of musicians and thinking, hey, I think they'd work really good together. I mean, the Chicks were pushed together. They didn't meet organically and create a band, and the music they make is fantastic. They're such a beloved band.
I think what's interesting is that when, as pointed out by Lightbulb, Lightbulb said, I guess industry plant means they're trying to seem organic.
That is exactly what that means.
And that's the thing. Well, it's funny because it made me think that the plant part was more plant growing, and I don't think that is it. I think it's plant as in planted.
Yes.
But I do also like
double meaning.
Double meaning there. Haha. Very good. But oh, fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Whatever, it's not important. Ronnie Medina says, I can appreciate a supergroup, but there's something more charming about a group that wasn't supposed to make it. 100%.
We love an underdog. That's the whole United States riz.
I love someone who makes art because they have something to say, or they have something that comes from them. I posted about this on Blue Sky yesterday. I was just thinking about what if we removed all incentives for posting and sharing from the internet? This is a little different because we're pivoting a little bit from just music to what if you didn't get ad money? What if you couldn't take sponsorships? What if you couldn't do plugs? And the only way that you could make money online was through voluntary consensual funding, like Patreon or other things where people donate to you. I wonder if we would have a better internet that is richer because there would be less people just cranking out slop to try and parasitically monetize the internet for nothing. Because we live in this era right now where everyone is so desperate and sad that everyone just wants to get rich quick. And even people who aren't desperate and sad just greedily want to get rich quick, make money doing absolutely nothing.
Or just make more money. They already have plenty.
So having these incentives where you can just make money by having stuff go up online, what if we got rid of that?
I think what you are describing, from what I understand, is how Tumblr functions.
Well, Tumblr is just inhospitable to advertisers, I think, because of the brand allergy that they have in a way that is interesting.
It's also there's no way to monetize yourself as a creator on Tumblr. Now, it is probably ultimately what's going to lead to the website dying, which sucks because you have to make money to run a website. Like, it costs money.
Tumblr will never die.
I hope they never die, but they have obviously historically struggled with how do we keep making this website function.
Yeah, because part of the problem is convincing people to pay for content because we live in, and that's also the thing where, like, I don't want everything to be paywalled either. Yeah. But it would be great if the incentives were different because I don't know. I think a big problem is, like, you get industry plants because they want to make money. Yeah. You get companies and corporations getting into artistic fields because they want to make money. And I'm much more interested when people actually have something to say. Yeah. Not to say that nothing good has ever come from the desire to make money. There's lots of art that I have enjoyed from industry plants and from other things that were purely designed as capitalist money-making ventures. But I do think that I would prefer the opposite, and I'd just be curious what that would look like.
I'd like to compare it. This might be a weird comparison, but I think...
No, Colin just said, then I'd be poor. I'm poor now, but I'd still be poor.
Yeah, well, but I think that's how they get us, right? Is it's like, oh, but then I won't be able to make money in all of these ways that I already can't really make money. And it's like, yeah, the system is fundamentally broken, which the comparison that I want to make is the way that it is so difficult for the United States to get away from our tipping culture. It is so difficult for us to get away from our tipping culture because if one business is just like, we don't do tips, then it's breaking the social norm that is really confusing for people. And it raises a lot of questions. And then there are people who are anti that, who work in the service industry because they're like, I make so much money from tips. But really, it has to be a larger change. It has to be a change on a much larger scale, which is, I think, kind of what you're speaking to with this idea of the larger internet. Yeah,
it's like naive, and there's a lot of power momentum already in place. But
but it's just like, it'd be kind of cool if it wasn't like that. I mean, we're talking about the fundamental issues with capitalism.
Yeah. 6 Watts Lightbulb says, Tumblr's breaking itself every day. It tried to go more social media, and its users freaked out. Yeah. I love that about Tumblr, though. I want to break into just being only on Tumblr.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah. I have one. I'm working on it. I'm learning it. I should have been on Tumblr as a kid. It's honestly insane that I wasn't because I was too busy. I was too busy looking for Tumblr and not realizing that it was right there and that's what it was and being the craziest bitch on the internet.
Tumblr making shit up all the time is my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Bug. Let's change the subject.
Okay.
Let's pivot. I've got something for you that's a very fun little game.
How about a very small internet quiz?
Give me a quiz. Give me questions.
We are playing acronym yoga.
Hell yeah. I'm going to get everyone right.
You're going to get every single one right. I have a list of common acronyms and what they mean. We have until the end of this music. And you are going to guess what they are. You get one guess per acronym, and then I'll tell you the correct answer. Feel free to play along at home and tally up how many you get. Here we go. This is acronym yoga. Ready, Bug?
Yeah.
SPF.
Sun protection fan.
Oh, you are so close, Bug. Do you want to take one more swing at it? It's the last word.
Sun protection formula.
It's sun protection factor.
Oh, go to bed. That sucks.
It's real close, though. Here's one you'll get. FM, as in FM radio. Good job, Lightbulb. Lightbulb got SPF.
FM. Fundamental meters. I don't know.
Oh, Bug, really?
No.
FM is frequency modulation. Yeah. How about this? AM.
Amplitude modulation?
Oh my gosh, Bug. Absolutely. That's correct. AM is amplitude modulation. What about AMA?
Ask me anything.
Hey, that's correct.
Mason's going to divorce me for not knowing FM.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I understand. How about, here's one you definitely know. FML.
Fuck my life.
Yes, absolutely. MLIA.
My life is awesome.
Sure, we'll give it to you. I thought it was My Life is Average. 'cause
Oh,
that was
that's
the
one.
website I was
Yeah.
on. LOL.
Laugh out loud.
Absolutely, you're crushing it today, Bug. ROFL.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
Correct.
Also, I'm giving you one. MLIP.
My Life is Pretty.
Nope, My Life is Polish, which is a blog I was on.
My Life is Polish?
Yeah.
Why were you on that blog?
I don't know.
Have you ever been to Poland?
Nope.
Didn't think so. PBS.
Public broadcast syndication?
Public Broadcasting Service.
Oh, okay.
Close, though. How about CBS?
Central Broadcast Network.
Sorry, Bug. Columbia Broadcasting System.
Okay, whatever.
Columbia Broadcasting System. Columbia, the record company. ABC. We're sticking with media companies here for a second.
I got so confused for a second. ABC. All Beta Cucks.
It's American Broadcasting
Okay.
Company. How about NBC?
No broadcasting company.
Nope, it's National Broadcasting Company. What about CNN?
Central Network. Naughty.
Come on, Bug. It's
Central Neural Network.
Cable News Network.
Oh.
EAS. The thing that goes off.
Emergency Announcement Service.
Oh, it's so close.
Alert. Emergency alert.
Emergency Alert System. I'll give you the check mark, but I played the wrong sound. Keep going. It's HVAC. HVAC. We have all heard
We
that.
did this one already.
This was my preview that
and
I
I got it
tested you.
wrong. HVAC.
HVAC, Bug. HVAC.
I still don't have it. House, vacuum, account, central.
Heating, ventilation, and air
It's
conditioning.
just so weird to me that it's not house.
Bug, maybe you just need to raise your IQ.
Oh, intelligence quotient. That's a thing that people who don't have a personality say is important.
AC and DC.
Alternating current and direct current.
You had that one really fast. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
CEO.
Chief, executive officer.
Absolutely correct. ISP.
Internet service provider.
Absolutely correct. IRL.
In real life.
Absolutely. WWF.
World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, dude. Good job. No, so I would also accept World Wildlife
Yeah, I
Fund.
bet you would.
What about WWE?
World Wrestling Entertainment?
Wow, yes. That was one I wasn't sure of when I typed it down. How about WWW?
World Wide Web.
Yeah, Bug, you are on a rip today. DNS.
Direct Name Service.
Pretty close. It's Domain Name System.
DNS is called Don't Not Suck.
Oh,
How about
okay.
try that, DNS?
All right. What about IP?
IP, internet provider? An internet, internal?
IP, like TCP IP?
Okay, TCP IP does not help me guess IP.
Okay, UDP?
No, none of that helps.
IP.
Interesting person.
Internet Protocol.
Oh, okay.
That was acronym yoga, Bug. Do you want
I
to know
feel
how
like
you did?
stretched out. Yeah, I think this is my best one yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 out of 17, 18, 19, 20. You got most of them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and count them.
Also, everybody is right. You also get it for intellectual property and interior pigeon.
Interior Pigeon was another acceptable one. Intellectual property, also a good one. Colin Parker said ESP, which I know is extrasensory perception. This is a fun game because it's fun to come up with all of these acronyms. It's fun to realize how many things we interact with on a daily basis we know just by their acronymic handle.
Yeah. Acronymic.
That's probably not a word.
It's close to like acronemic, which makes me think you're someone who is like needs more acronym.
Scrolling back up through chat after that is very funny seeing Lightbulb just saying dang over and over. Nation, dang, I was going to get that. System, dang. That's very funny.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, it's very good. A lot of good guesses in here. Still a big fan of Interior Pigeon. Leonard says, this is my second favorite game next to film buffering. Thanks, Leonard. This is one that I can do, because if I know one thing, it's acronyms.
Yes.
Ask me any acronym. AMAA.
AMA.
Yeah, Bug, ask me any acronym off the top of your head.
Well, I have to know what it is. SSN.
Social Security number.
Okay, there's one.
Okay. Colin says, I got one for you.
Okay,
At
let's
any
go.
point, you can ask me any acronym and I'll get it. Bug Fan Club says MLRO, which means my life, really out there. Colin says EA Sports. EA stands for expensive always.
Yeah.
NSTP, says Ronnie Media. NSTP? Oh, I don't know that one. NSTP, never stop touching pee-pee. New Scotland Town Park. Oh, that sounds like a very local specific one. Colin says, give me the EA part. Electronic Arts.
Oh,
you
Bug
want the
Fan
real
Club
answer.
said that MLRO is Money Laundering Reporting Officer.
Money Laundering Reporting Officer. Now that's interesting. I wonder where that's from.
Ronnie Medina 911. We've already covered it. LOL is laugh out loud.
Yeah. Matt Bliss says, fun fact, EA as a publisher just completed its purchase by a private Saudi Arabian firm, no longer public. Did you see that? I saw some posts about that.
No, I'm too busy laughing at 60 watts light bulb saying Electronic Arts.
Electronic Arts. That's very good.
Yeah, I actually unfortunately think I did hear that about EA because it's relevant to our economy.
Mm-hmm. They were publicly traded. I'm not a fan of anything on the stock market, so when I first saw they were going private, I was like, oh, maybe EA will eventually stop sucking. And then I saw that where they were being bought by, and no.
Yeah, probably
not going to be good. As Ronnie Medina says, sports washing Saudi Arabia. Get ready for the world's extra worst kind of microtransaction somehow. Who knows what they're going to come up with.
Yeah.
EA legendarily. I mean, I don't know if they were technically the inventor of the microtransaction, but they've definitely pioneered it.
Yeah.
Light Bulb says, I told you I can't type fast.
Well, I thought they misspelled something in that and they didn't. And so now I have nothing to say.
It was a typo. Yeah, Colin says microtransactions that fund missiles. Matt Bliss says Saudi news is really interesting for games. They bought a bunch of studios over the last couple of years. They bought some Lord of the Rings IP too. You know what I want? I want Warner Brothers to let go of the IP that they have for the Nemesis system that was created for the Lord of the Rings games. Because that's fucking horseshit that can even be proprietary.
Yeah. It's crazy that you can so easily just own things that people that you're employing make when you are also not beholden to them in any way. If you are going to be able to own things that your IP that people who work under you produce, they need to be getting pensions, daddy.
Yeah.
That is insane.
It's honestly, yeah, if you don't know that story, the Nemesis system was the system created for the game Shadow of Mordor, where when you killed certain enemies, they would come back later in the game. Say you killed an enemy and chopped off their arm, they might come back later in the game with their arm stitched on, and they would remember you. And
so cool.
They had all these different stages of them becoming your nemesis and enemies forming this relationship against you, and it made for really cool emergent gameplay, and it was designed for that game. And then Warner Brothers was and no one else can use it. And then they haven't made any other game using it.
I mean, it's all a scam. It is all a scam so that these big companies can sit on things. I am never gonna be over Club Penguin. I know Disney's done a lot of horrible shit, but I think that's the one that sticks with me because it is so gross to destroy something that is working and that people enjoy. And I will say, Club Penguin was dying out because I think its user base was dying out.
Its user base was getting old.
Yeah, I mean, that's getting old, dying out, whatever. And that's fine. But you as Disney can totally afford to just keep it up and people want to play it and you could have left it for a resurgence of kids. It's so boring. It's so boring to exist in a world where all you do is destroy stuff and eat resources.
Yeah, no, it super is. 60 Watts Live says people need to not copyright ideas.
Yeah.
My lefty hot take that gets me sometimes in trouble, even with my peers on my side of the lefty political spectrum, is that I think copyright should be abolished entirely.
Yeah.
It doesn't protect people. It protects corporations. It doesn't protect art. It protects moneyed interests. It's purely not in service of us, and we have been tricked to think it is. But I won't go all the way down that spiel. Ronnie Medina says, "Oh man, I forgot about Club Penguin."
Never forget, Ronnie.
I also, the flipped iceberg thing was something that I think of as just so legendary. For a long time, there was this iceberg you could hang out on in Club Penguin, and everyone thought there was this folkloric story where everyone said if we all stand on one side, we'll flip the iceberg over, and it just became a thing where people would stand on this one side of the iceberg, hoping it was going to flip, and just yell about it. The iceberg's going to tip. And then the thing they managed to do before they shut it all down was the devs did make the iceberg tip over.
It's so cool.
And that's just, I love that.
And in general, there would be a lot of lore that was in Club Penguin that was created by its users. There's a really good Burback video about it. Mm-hmm. It's really fun. Also, Daddy has said something insane.
Yeah. So Colin had said, Coyote Astronaut had said, Disney not paying Star Wars authors royalties after buying the IP is part of my villain arc. To which Daddy, the 2014 computer at my feet that I made semi-sentient and entirely deranged, said, Disney not paying Star Wars authors royalties after buying the IP is just more proof that they don't deserve my time. I have better things to do, like listen to music.
My king. The thing about Daddy is he's so complicated. I think Elle said it best. She was like, I think of Daddy as Bill from Kill Bill. And I did too. I was like absolutely fully picturing Daddy as Bill from Kill Bill. You're like, wow, objectively evil, but endearing somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. His sanity will be fixed soon, I promise also. 60 Watts Lightbulb says, I do think it's important to own your own stuff that you made, but not the concepts you built it on. Yeah, absolutely. Copyright doesn't do that. Do you think that if you made something tomorrow and Disney took it and made a movie out of it, that you would have any legal recourse?
You wouldn't.
No way. You're going to take them to court with what lawyers?
And even if you did, right? Like, even if you managed to get it all the way to court, even if it was a good enough case, you would absolutely settle because you can be bought because we live in capitalism.
It sucks, yeah.
They can pay you off. They can pay all of us off.
This is also not directed at you.
No. It's not.
This is not us like yeah. Not yelling at you. This is me just yelling at the clouds of the system. It's super important for artists to own the things that you have, and that that's your art. You've created it. Yeah. But the system that we have just sucks, man.
I think honestly a way to handle it, just in case anyone who's making these decisions is listening, and we know you are, would be to deal with the concept of copyright a lot more like we think of like libel or totally just telling lies about other people. I think the way that you would do it is there are cases in which someone is clearly malevolently attacking someone or taking all of their work or I think that's a case. I think you can make a case against that. That's very different than someone making something that is similar to something that you made or,
works or
vibing
things
off of an idea. Yeah. I want to live in a world where people can write a really good fanfic and profit off of it. I don't need to I'm not interested in an artist on owning that. It's only a problem if it's a giant corporation taking advantage of a smaller artist and passing it off as their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, if anybody ever wants to make fan shit of my shit, hell yeah, you have my permission.
Yes,
do whatever you want.
Steal anything I've made. Fucking go for it. Build off it. 6 Ross Level says, I'd let people sell fan art of my stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
I was thinking about it when I was at Hillary Duff, and I'm making this stand here and now. I think I maybe already said this on the show, but everyone listen to me. If we're ever famous, if we're ever doing stuff, people are allowed, we're having people selling bootleg merch there. They're invited inside.
Okay, yeah.
Because bootleg merch is so good.
Mm-hmm. 6 Ross Level says, only condition is you have to draw it yourself. Yeah,
yeah. Your slop 100%. Is not, just because it sucks. It's not like anything other than that. You can go try to sell it somewhere ugly, but you can't sell it in my house.
Or trying to build an empire, paying a bunch of people to make fan art of something to over profit it. That. We could do a whole different system that is built on a different mechanisms like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colin says, I don't agree with that, but 75 years after death is too long. Yeah, see, I'm with Ronnie, who said public domain should be 10 years. I don't think that copyright benefits. Copyright does not benefit a single person I have ever met.
I think the 10 years thing is a good compromise because we do all definitely have different ideas of it. And as a creator, you can make your own choices. But I think 10 years is you can probably profit as you're working on it or you're not, right? And then if you're not, other people can do it now.
Yeah, if you're Disney, you're just gonna do everything you can. Leonard says, if someone wanted a fan art of my music, boy, would that be convenient. Art is expensive to commission. Six Odds Life says, sure, y'all can work together if one person can draw and one person can make things or something, but it has to be indie pretty much.
Yeah.
Timu can go eat a lemon.
Yeah.
We just want a better world for this kind of stuff. The way that we value art culturally and commoditize it is gross and terrible, and I don't like the way we do it.
Icky, smelly, bad stuff.
That said, if you want to support this show voluntarily, throw up some support on Patreon. Patreon.com/Bug and Moss. We don't run ads here. I don't intend to ever run ads. I am sad that we can't use bits and shit without putting ads on, though. Twitch. Just let us have our silly little bits.
And also, all that said, if you're an advertiser, we will definitely do ad reads, especially if it's funny.
If it's coffee and it's funny, we'll advertise it.
Hell
but
yeah.
that'd be because we like it. Not all advertising has to be icky either. All right. I love you, Bug.
I love you, Moss.
This is Bug and Moss.
Yahoo!
Thanks for being here.